to the races. It's getting dangerous. I'm here for the thrill, and I'm feeling amazing.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of integrity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence."
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are live from the Adrian College softball field here at the campus of Adrian College for a day of Adrian College Bulldogs softball. As today, the NCAA Bulldogs softball team, they'll be taking on the Franklin College Grizzlies. This game will actually be picking up where they left off after a rain delay. It is the top of the third inning. There's one out. The Franklin has 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors. The Bulldogs with no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. And there was the only RBI. That was an RBI single by Zoe Kugelman. And that's been it so far. And pitching for the College Grizzlies will be Lauren Duncan. For the Bulldogs, it is Avery Clark. And so we are just about ready to get started here. Starting lineups for Franklin, Haley Furman, Ariana Walker, Zoe Kugelman, Molly Wallace, Olivia Stragle, Kendall Lowry, Ruth Kaiser, McKenna Lucas, Kaylee Stewart, Lauren Duncan. And for the Bulldogs, batting first will be Taylor Gerhardt, followed by Carson Malinich. Then Maggie Levier, who has the highest batting average on the Bulldogs, followed by the catcher, Haley DeChalk, batting in the cleanup spot. And the first baseman, Peyton Russell, who has had 4 home runs this season. She is tied with Maggie LaVale. They both have 4 home runs. Then Elena Craig. Then Hannah Walker, their new second baseman. The center fielder, Megan Lupu, one of our seniors. And batting last will be Jenna Morosco. So it's been a pretty decent year for the Bulldogs. They are 12-6 coming into this game. As we'll be right back in just a moment for Bulldog softball.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
I'm a recent graduate from Michigan State University.
I'm an underwater cinematographer.
So I didn't really decide I wanted to become a pilot till after college.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I can have focused information in a couple swipes.
Involve yourself as many opportunities that you can.
The number one most important thing is knowing your own weaknesses. Proper planning.
Breakfast.
It's always something different, something new.
The fact that you can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
To become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
And we are live from the Adrian College softball field as the Franklin College Grizzlies will be taking on your Adrian College Bulldogs. Here at the campus of Adrian College, it's a sunny day here on April 1st, 2025. And on the mound for the Grizzlies is Lauren Duncan. She comes in with a 3-3 win-loss record and 6 appearances, 6 games started, 5 complete games. She's allowed 45 hits, 24 runs scored, 22 earned runs, 7 walks, and 18 strikeouts. Opponents averaging .288. And so coming up to bat for the Bulldogs is Megan Lupu. She'll be picking up where she left off because remember the last time these two teams faced off, it unfortunately, the game was stopped due to weather. So here is Megan Lupu. Lupu is one of our seniors on the Bulldogs. She comes in with a .370 batting average and 46 at-bats, 17 hits, 2 doubles, including a home run with 22 total bases and a .478 slugging percentage. So the count is no balls and 1 strike on Megan Lupu as the first base umpire will take his position. Hannah Kapman, the assistant coach, will be coaching first. Head coach Kaylee Fox will be watching over third. Now the first pitch from Duncan to Lupu is bunt foul into the stands for strike 2, and we are underway. Remember, it's the top half of the 3rd inning. So Megan Lupu is a senior from Oxford, Michigan. She plays center field for the Bulldogs. So it's 1-0 in favor of Franklin College. Here's the 0-2. Lupu hits a grounder to the third baseman, Zoe Kugelman. And Lupu grounds out to third. So that'll be the first out of the inning. As Lupu grounds out. So now batting is Taylor Gerhardt. Taylor Gerhardt plays right field for the Bulldogs, has a .375 batting average and 64 at-bats. She also has a home run, 2 triples, and 7 doubles, 24 hits, and a slugging percentage of .594. She's walked 3 times and struck out 5. She takes ball 2 from Lauren Duncan. 2-0 on Taylor Gerhardt. 1 out here in the 3rd. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Gerhardt with a big swing and a miss. That is strike 1 on the Bulldog right fielder. Gerhardt is a sophomore from Ohio. As Gerhardt hits it in the air to left center, back to the wall. It is off the bottom of the wall. That'll be picked up by Ariana Wagner. Gerhardt will make her way to second with a long double. As the Bulldogs will have a runner in scoring position. So Gerhardt has a double. That's the 3rd hit for the Bulldogs. Here's Carson Malinich, the new third baseman for the Bulldogs. Takes a swing and a miss for strike 1. Malinich is a freshman from Metamora, Michigan. As Gerhardt is at second. Malinich takes strike 2. So Lauren Duncan is ahead on the count. Count is 0-2 with one out. Here's the pinch from Duncan. Runners going, and it's fouled away. Count remains 0-2 on Carson Malinich. Maggie Levier waits her turn on deck. Home plate umpire confirming the count. 0-2. Here's the pitch. As Gerhardt had a good lead, but then hesitated. She's making sure to stay at second. One out here in the top of the third inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's high and outside. As Duncan missed the outside corner, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Carson Malinich. 1 on, 1 out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Here's a high pop fly to the right side. That'll be caught by Molly Wallace at second base for out number 2. So Malinich pops out. That'll be 2 outs here in the top of the third. So here's Maggie Levier. Maggie Levier has had a great year. She has 4 home runs as she swings at the first pitch and hits it foul. Levier has a .383 batting average. She and Peyton Russell are tied. They both lead the Bulldogs with 4 home runs. Haley DeChalk waits on deck, the 0-1. Line drive foul and out of play. Lauren Duncan ahead on the count with 0-2. Taylor Gerhardt had a double in this inning. She is at second base with 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Levier hits a grounder to second. Molly Wallace will throw to Ruth Kaiser for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. As we now go to the bottom of the third inning, it is 1-0 Grizzles here at the Adrian College softball field.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics, brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
Grizzlies lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Pitching for the Bulldogs is Avery Clark, the freshman from Indianapolis, Indiana. Remember the last time these teams faced each other, they only played till the top of the third inning, and before that game was called off, Clark pitched a pretty decent game. She only allowed 1 earned run, struck out 5, and she's about to throw, which would be her 42nd pitch, to Kaylee Stewart as she takes ball 1 inside. So this would be the bottom of the lineup for Franklin College as Stewart takes ball 2. DeChalk will throw it back to Clark. So Clark has a 2-1 win-loss record in 8 appearances. She started 3 games, has allowed 32 hits, walked 18, and struck out 13 as Stewart hits a ground ball foul down the third base line. Stewart plays left field for Franklin College. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Kaylee Stewart. Here's a 2-1 pitch from Clark. Stewart hits a grounder to third. That'll be picked up by Carson Malinich. She'll throw across the diamond to the first baseman, Peyton Russell. That'll be out number 1. As Kaylee Stewart grounds out to Carson Malinich. So here's Zoe Kugelman, the third baseman for Franklin College. First pitch she'll see from Avery Clark. Check swing. Well, that was in the zone anyways. That was strike 1. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Clark. That was foul tipped. It just made contact with the bat just a little bit. So Avery Clark gets ahead on the count. 0-2 on Zoe Kugelman with 1 out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's low and outside. The count is 1-2 on Zoe Kugelman. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Nobody on base. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That was just off the plate. It misses outside. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Franklin College has a 1-0 lead. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball to first. Peyton Russell will take it herself for out number 2. As Kugelman grounds out to first. So that'll be back-to-back ground outs for Avery Clark. Here is Molly Wallace, the senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana. She'll bat with 2 outs and nobody on as she takes the ball way low and outside from Avery Clark. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Wallace. Wallace swings and it's a high pop fly, shallow right. That'll be caught by Taylor Gerhardt to end the inning. So that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Avery Clark as she gets 2 ground outs and a flyout. So that'll be back-to-back ground outs. As we go to the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Bulldogs and Grizzlies. Here is Molly Wallace.
Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
2 ground outs and a flyout. So I'll be back-to-back ground outs. As we go to the 4th.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Bulldogs up to bat again as we're at the top of the 4th inning. Here is Haley DeChalk, the catcher for the Bulldogs. She takes ball 1 from Lauren Duncan. So Duncan, overall of this game, has 1 strikeout, has allowed 3 hits, but no runs. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's in there for a called strike. Count is 1-2 on Haley DeChalk. You could hear her teammates cheering, "Go Haley, go Haley, go." Here's the 1-2. DeChalk hits it foul and out of play. So the Bulldogs are looking to get their offense going. They have a few hits, but they will need to get some more runners on base and score them in. Count is 1-2 on Haley DeChalk. DeChalk hits a grounder to short as Fuhrman will throw across the diamond to Ruth Kaiser for out number 1. Haley DeChalk will ground out. One out here in the top of the 4th inning, and here is Peyton Russell. Russell, the .293 batting average. She has 4 home runs, tied with Maggie Levier. Russell has a .634 slugging percentage. She hits one to left field, going back to the wall. It's out of here! Peyton Russell ties this game with a solo home run. Let Bruiser fetch that one, as the Bulldogs get their first run on a solo home run by Peyton Russell to left center. As Stewart and Wagner were watching over it, as it just got over the fence. That's the 5th home run of the season for Peyton Russell, as she now leads the Bulldogs this season with home runs. So here's Elena Craig. Craig is the new shortstop for the Bulldogs. She takes a strike. So this game is now tied 1-1 here in the 4th inning. 0-1. That's in there. Duncan getting ahead with the count. Count is 0-2 on Craig, the sophomore from Brownston, Michigan. Swinging a foul. Count still 0-2 on Craig. 1 out here in the 4th. The Bulldogs just tied this game on a solo home run by Peyton Russell. Nobody on base now. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swinging another foul. Count still 0-2. Craig is going to try to find a way to get it out of the infield. Duncan gets set on the mound. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Duncan gets her second strikeout as she gets Craig swinging on an 0-2 pitch. So here is Hannah Walker, the freshman from Hamilton, Michigan. Walker will take a ball low from Duncan. So 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Count is 0-1. 1-0 on Walker. She hits a ground ball to second. Molly Wallace will throw to first to end the inning. So that'll be the 3rd out. But the Bulldogs have tied this game. It is now 1-1 here at the Adrian College softball field on the solo home run by Peyton Russell. And that will send us to the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-1 here at the Adrian College softball field. From Adrian College Television, I'm Forrest Vernier.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrived today, and never replicated after you graduate.
Olivia Stagel will lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning for Franklin College. She takes the ball from Avery Clark. For those of you that missed in the top of the 4th inning, the Bulldogs tied it up on the solo home run hit by Peyton Russell, her 5th of the season. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Avery Clark. That's strike 1, and the count is even at 1-1 on Olivia Stagel. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Avery Clark. On the ground to second. That'll be picked up by Hannah Walker as she'll throw to the first baseman Peyton Russell for out number 1. So Stagel grounds out to second for out number 1. So that'll bring up the catcher for Franklin College, Kendall Lowry. So here is Lowry. She'll bat with 1 out with nobody on. First pitch she'll see. She hits a high fly ball in the air to left center field. That's going to be caught by Jenna Morosco for out number 2. As Lowry swings at the first pitch and flies out to left. That'll be 2 outs. It's Avery Clark trying to make it another quick 1-2-3 inning. Here is Ruth Kaiser, the sophomore, also from Fort Wayne, Indiana. She'll bat with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch she'll see. That's just a little bit outside for ball 1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. One run, 4 hits for the Bulldogs. 1 run and 3 hits for the Grizzlies. That's in there. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. A ball and a strike on Kaiser. With 2 outs, bases empty. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Clark. That is low. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Clark to Kaiser. That is low, and the count is 3-1. Count is 3-1 on Kaiser. Clark will have to throw a strike here with 2 outs. Here's the 3-1. And to third, it'll be dropped by Malinich. And so Kaiser will be aboard on first. Now, are they calling that a foul ball? Or no? So that'll be an infield single for Ruth Kaiser. So here is McKenna Lucas. So Kaiser is at first. So that will be a hit for Franklin College. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Excuse me, the first pitch to Lucas. That's ball 1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 1-0, the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, tap foul. That's strike 1. The count is 1-1 on McKenna Lucas. Lucas is a freshman from Connorsville, Indiana. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at first. It's Kaiser waiting to go. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Clark is now a pitch away from ending this inning. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes on McKenna Lucas. Again, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul and out of play. Count still 1-2 on McKenna Lucas. Lucas plays right field for the Grizzlies. 1-1 tie game. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Clark. Swing and a miss. She got her on strikes. That'll send us to the top half of the 5th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, none left. It's a 1-1 tie here at the Adrian College softball field. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after these messages.
10 years ago, Adrian College Television set out on a mission to bring the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments of Bulldog athletics to fans everywhere.
Finds the back of the net!
From the field to the court, from nail-biting finishes to championship victories, ACTV has been there to capture it all.
Yeah, Jordan Spear, happy birthday, buddy. I'm sure.
This year, we celebrate a decade of dedication. 10 years of innovation, teamwork, and delivering the energy of Adrian College straight to your screen. Here's to the next chapter of ACTV, because at Adrian College, the story is just beginning.
Morosco hits a fly ball into left, as that'll be caught by Wagner for out number 1. So now here's Megan Lupu. As Morosco swung at the first pitch she saw. So Lupu grounded out back in the 3rd inning. First pitch to her is in there for a called strike. Looked like it was on the low inside corner. 1 out here in the 5th. Here's the 0-1. Lupu takes the ball up and out from Lauren Duncan. Gerhardt on deck, 1 out here in the 5th. Here's the 1-1. Grounder to 3rd, that'll go foul. Right past Kugelman. Count is 1-2 on Megan Lupu, the center fielder for the Bulldogs. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Duncan. Swing and a miss. Lupu strikes out for the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up Taylor Gerhardt. Gerhardt had a double in the 3rd inning, but did not score. So here's Gerhardt. First pitch to her is high for ball 1. Gerhardt bats with the bases empty with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Here's the 1-0. Little fly ball into right. That'll go foul. Land into the corner. Count is 1-1 on Gerhardt. Gerhardt looking to get her 2nd hit of this game. 2 outs. Here's the 1-1. Gerhardt hits a grounder to 3rd. That'll be picked up by Kugelman. She'll throw to first for out number 3. That'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Lauren Duncan, as she gets 1 strikeout, a fly out, and a ground out. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, still a 1-1 tie game at the Adrian College softball field. From Adrian College TV, I'm Forrest Vernier.
You have earned the right to be here through endless nights of studying, testing, writing, and dedication to learning. The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences, and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Now, as you face the world outside this academic haven, the concept of courage must not be left behind in your textbooks. It should be as alive in you today as your ambition to change the world for the better.
We were all born to be a Bulldog. Life drew us to this school, these people, and this tiny town. You were meant to be here to make a difference and to grow within yourself for the better.
Avery Clark back to work on the mound for the Bulldogs as she'll face Kaylee Stewart. So Stewart will bat to start things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nobody out just yet. Here's the 1-0. Grounder, that'll go foul. So Clark gets ahead on the count already with 0-2 on Kaylee Stewart. Count 0-2 on Stewart. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one was close. Just a little bit outside. Missed above the low outside corner. That'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. That's way high and outside. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Kaylee Stewart. So Clark has 6 strikeouts of this game. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit foul and out of play. Kaylee Stewart is a junior from Greenfield, Indiana. Nobody on base. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. Here in game 1 of this doubleheader series. Here's the 2-2 from Clark. On the ground to first. That'll get by Peyton Russell. It's a fair ball. As Stewart will make her way to second. The throw from Gearhart. As that'll be a double for Kaylee Stewart. As head coach Kaylee Fox says, she thinks that ball may have went foul. But Stewart is at second base as head coach Kaylee Fox will have a quick conversation with the umpires. As that ball, it was looking pretty close. But the call will stand. So that will be a double for Kaylee Stewart. She'll be in scoring position. She represents the go-ahead run for the Grizzlies. And the runner's going. A bunt right back to Clark. She'll throw to Russell for out number 1. So that was actually Hannah Walker who went to first base to cover for Russell. And going to third is Stewart. So here is Wagner, who grounded out in her last at bat. She'll bat with a runner at third with 1 out. First pitch to her is a big swing and a miss. One out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Stewart is at third. Here's the 0-1. Wagner takes a ball outside from Clark. Count is 1-1 on Ariana Wagner. With 1 out. Here's the 1-1 from Clark. Swing and a miss. Clark, again, getting ahead with the count as the home plate umpire confirms. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wagner. As Kugelman is on deck. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Here's a high fly ball to center. Lupu going back, and it's gone. A home run. A 2-run home run by Ariana Wagner. As the Grizzlies now have the lead, 3-1. As Stewart scores and Wagner scores herself on the 2-run home run. That is Wagner's 2nd home run of the season. And that would be her 15th hit. As she hits a 2-run home run. So the Grizzlies now lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So here's Zoe Kugelman, who grounded out. First pitch to her is high and inside for ball 1. So Clark has given up 3 runs in this game. That is only the second home run that Clark has allowed this season. Count is 2-0 on Kugelman. Base is empty. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's up and in. 3 balls and no strikes on Kugelman. Molly Wallace waits her turn on deck. She will be next. Clark has to throw a strike here. Here's the 3-0. That's in there for strike 1. Count is 3-1 on Kugelman. Here's the 3-1 from Clark. As that gets right by Clark, but that'll be picked up by Elena Craig, and that's going to get away from Russell. Going to second is Kugelman, and she'll make it there standing up. So that'll be or they may call that a defensive error. So now coming up to bat for the Grizzlies will be Molly Wallace. She'll bat with Kugelman at second with 1 out. First pitch coming up to Molly Wallace from Clark. She takes a strike. So here is Molly Wallace. Count is 0-1. Kugelman at second base. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Count is 0-2. So after getting behind 3-0 on Kugelman, Avery Clark gets ahead on Wallace. 0-2. With 1 out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's outside. Count is 1-2 on Molly Wallace. Here's the 1-2 from Clark. On the ground to third, it'll go foul. Count is 1-2 on Molly Wallace. This has been a good at-bat for her so far. Wallace this season has 18 hits and 40 at-bats. Here's the 1-2 from Clark. That's way outside. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Franklin College Grizzlies took the lead 3-1 on a 2-run home run by Ariana Wagner. That's her second of the season. Here's the 2-2 from Clark. And that'll be caught or no, that'll be dropped, but it goes foul as Malnich just had it in her glove. Didn't go all the way in her glove. It bounces off the top. Count is 2-2 on Wallace. Here's the 2-2 from Clark. As Clark misses the high outside corner, that'll be 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count is full on Molly Wallace. Home plate umpire confirms the count, 3-2. 3-2 to Wallace. Foul and out of play. So Clark has thrown 82 pitches of this game. She has allowed 7 hits, 3 earned runs, and struck out 6. Again, the 3-2 to Wallace. That's high, ball 4. And the Grizzlies will have runners at first and second with one out, while having a 3-1 lead. So this is a big chance to extend their lead. Here's Olivia Stagel. Stagel grounded out in the third. First pitch she'll see from Clark. That's in there. For strike one. With one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's the 0-1. That's in the dirt. But a good block by Haley DeChalk at the plate, preventing the runners from advancing. Count is 1-1 on Stagel. Here's the 1-1 from Clark. That one was close. Just missed the outside corner. That's ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike on Olivia Stagel, the freshman from Danville, Indiana. Here's the 2-1. That's inside for ball 3. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike on Stagel. Runners at first and second, 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Again, the 3-1 pitch. That'll be back-to-back walks for Avery Clark. And the bases will be loaded for the Grizzlies with only 1 out. So assistant coach for the Bulldogs, Hannah Kapman, will make her way to the mound and have a conversation with Clark, trying to figure out a strategy of what the Bulldogs could do for their pitching and for their defense, as the Grizzlies have the bases loaded. Only 1 out, but they've gotten a couple of runs on the 2-run home run by Wagner. So now the batter will be Kendall Lowry. Lowry flied out in her last at-bat, but she'll be up with the bases loaded and 1 out. Here's the pitch from Clark. That's strike 1 on the high outside corner. One out, bases loaded, bottom of the 4th. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Foul and out of play. It's Clark getting ahead with the count. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Clark. Swinging a high pop fly to the right side. It'll go foul. Count still 0-2 on Lowry. Here again is the 0-2 from Clark. Here's the pitch. That is just off the plate for ball 1. Count is 1-2 on Lowry. Ruth Kaiser waits her turn on deck. 1-2 from Clark. That's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Lowry. The bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 5th. Only 1 out. Here's the 2-2 from Clark. That's inside for ball 3. So Clark will have to throw a strike here. The count is full on Lowry. Bases are loaded. Only 1 out. Here's the 3-2 from Clark. Ball 4, and that'll force in a run. A bases loaded walk. That's the 3rd walk of this inning for Avery Clark, as Lowry will have an RBI, as it is 4-1 in favor of the Grizzlies. So here is Kaiser. She takes ball one. Low and outside from Clark. So the Grizzlies lead 4-1 on the 2-run home run and a bases loaded walk. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases are still loaded for the Grizzlies. And still only 1 out here in the 5th. Here comes the 1-1. That is low for ball 2, and so Kaiser plays first base for the Grizzlies. Here's the 2-1. That's in there, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Count is even at 2-2. Here's the pitch from Clark to Kaiser. Foul ball hits the net. Count still 2-2 on Ruth Kaiser. McKenna Lucas waits her turn on deck. Here's the 2-2 pitch. In the air to left field. That'll be caught by Morosco. Tagging and coming home to score is Molly Wallace. And she'll make it. So that'll be a sacrifice fly RBI for Ruth Kaiser. Scoring in Molly Wallace. So the bases are no longer loaded. The Grizzlies still have a runner at second and a runner at first. As it is 5-1. So that is the 4th run that the Grizzlies have scored of this inning. It's McKenna Lucas, who struck out. Will bat with 2 on and 2 out. Here's the 0-1. That's in there for strike 2. So Clark trying to get this 3rd out as soon as she can. So that way the Bulldogs can get their offense ready when they go to the 6th. Here's the 0-2 from Clark. That is ball 1. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on McKenna Lucas. Two on, 2 out. Bottom of the 5th. Here's the 1-2 from Clark. That's way high and outside. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That is low, ball 3. So the count is full, 3-2 on McKenna Lucas. If Lucas shall reach, Kaylee Stewart is on deck. Here's the 3-2. Here's a high fly ball into right center field. That'll be caught by Megan Lupu to end the inning. But the Grizzlies take a lead 5-1 on a 2-run home run by Wagner, a bases loaded walk, and a sacrifice fly RBI by Ruth Kaiser as we now go to the top of the 6th inning. 5-1 Grizzlies here at the Adrian College softball field. From Adrian College TV, I'm Forrest Vernier.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights, Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College. Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
And we are back as we are now in the top of the 6th inning. Carson Malinich will lead things off for the Bulldogs here in the top half of the 6th inning. As back in the bottom of the 5th, the Bulldogs had 2 defensive errors. Clark gave up 4 runs on the 2-run home run by Ariana Wagner, a bases-loaded walk to Kendall Lowry, sacrifice fly RBI by Ruth Kaiser. So that gave the Grizzlies a 5-1 lead here in Game 1 of this doubleheader series. Here's the 1-1. Fouled away. Count is a ball and 2 strikes on Carson Malinich. Malinich is the new third baseman for the Bulldogs. Here's the 1-2. Malinich hits a high pop fly to the left side. That'll be caught by the shortstop Furman for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 6th inning. So here is Maggie Levier. Levier has 4 home runs this season. She is second on home runs underneath Peyton Russell, who had a solo home run back in the 4th inning. As Russell leads the Bulldogs now with 5 home runs, Levier has 4. Levier takes a ball, a little bit low from Duncan. So it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike on Maggie Levier. With the 1 out, here's the 1-1. That is low and out and inside. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. That's high. 3 balls and a strike on Levier. So the Bulldogs, again, an opportunity for them to get their offense going, to get runners on base and score them in. Here's the 3-1. Levier hits it in the air to left, and that will be caught by Kaylee Stewart for out number 1. That'll be 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. So here is Haley DeChalk. DeChalk grounded out in her last at bat. First pitch to her is a strike 1. DeChalk bats with 2 outs and the base is empty. Here's the 1-0. In there for a called strike 1. DeChalk comes in with a .275 batting average. She's had a couple of home runs and 11 RBIs, 14 hits, and 53 at-bats. As she hits it in the air to left center field, going back is Wagner to the wall, and she makes the catch. That'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Lauren Duncan. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 5-1 Grizzlies here at the Adrian College softball field. From Adrian College TV, I'm Forrest Vernier.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a 3rd-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
I'm a recent graduate from Michigan State University.
I'm an underwater cinematographer.
So I didn't really decide I wanted to become a pilot till after college.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
involve yourself as many opportunities that you can.
The number one most important thing is knowing your own weaknesses. Proper planning.
Breakfast.
It's always something different, something new. The fact that you can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
It is the bottom of
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan.
the Grizzlies have a 5-1 lead. So here's Kaylee Stewart. She'll lead things off for the Grizzlies here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch to her is low and outside for ball 1. 1-0 on Stewart. Here's the 1-0. That's inside, ball 2. This is game 1 of a doubleheader series here at the Adrian College softball field. And in game 2, Dion Clark will join me on the call. Here's the 2-0 from Clark. Stewart just got a piece of that one. Goes foul. 2 balls and 1 strike on Kaylee Stewart. Stewart has grounded out. She also had a double. And she scored on the 2-run home run by Wagner. Here's a 2-1 pitch. And a little nubber toward the mound. Clark will throw to first for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So here's Hadley Furman, the shortstop for the Grizzlies. The first pitch she'll see here in the bottom of the 6th from Clark is low and outside for ball 1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's in there. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 from Clark to Furman. That is low. 2 balls and 1 strike on Hadley Furman. Here's the 2-1. She swings and misses, and it gets away from the chalk. That will be strike 2. Home plate umpire confirming the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Furman with 1 out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's just outside, ball 3. Count is full on Furman. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That's way high and inside. That'll be a walk to Furman, as she'll be aboard on base. So here is Wagner, who had a 2-run home run back in the 5th inning. As to chalk, as looks like Avery Clark will be coming out of this game. Taking over for her on the mound will be Kira Stacy, as we have a pitching change here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kira Stacy comes in with a .325 batting average with 8 appearances, 3 games started, as she'll be taking over on the mound for Avery Clark. Stacy has allowed 7 hits, 3 runs. All three of them have been earned runs. Has not allowed any home runs. Doesn't have any strikeouts yet this season either, and no walks. So we are going to cut to break for just a minute, but we'll be right back for more Adrian College softball right after this.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Kira Stacy now on the mound for the Bulldogs. She'll be taking over for Avery Clark as the first batter she'll face will be Wagner. Ariana Wagner had a 2-run home run back in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's her second of the season as she takes the ball high and outside from Stacy. One out, bases empty. It's the bottom of the 6th. Stacy trying to get 2 quick outs. There's a big swing and a miss from Wagner. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Count 1-1 on Wagner. Here's the pitch from Stacy. Tapped foul and out of play. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ariana Wagner. Zoe Kugelman waits her turn on the on-deck circle. One out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Count is 1-2 on Wagner. Stacy gets set. Here's the pitch. A strikeout for out number 2. That's Stacy's first strikeout of the season as she gets Wagner swinging. So that'll be 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Zoe Kugelman. Kugelman takes strike 1. Count is 0-1 from Stacy to Kugelman. Swing and a foul. That was foul tipped into the glove for strike 2. So Kugelman will bat with a runner at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Stacy trying to get just 1 more out to send us to the 7th. That's just outside the plate. That'll be a ball and 2 strikes on Kugelman. If Kugelman shall reach, Molly Wallace waits her turn in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-2. On the ground to second. That'll be picked up by Walker. She'll throw to first for out number 3. As now we go to the 7th inning. It is still a 5-1 lead for the Grizzlies here at the Adrian College softball field. From Adrian College TV, I am Forrest Vernier.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrived today and never replicated after you graduated.
Top of the 7th inning here in Game 1 of this doubleheader series here at the Adrian College softball field. For those of you who are watching at home, we would like to remind you to stay connected with all the action by following at Adrian College TV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment. Follow at Adrian College TV today. You can follow us on Instagram, X, Facebook, and TikTok. Here's a 2-0 to Peyton Russell. It's in there for a called strike one. Russell hit a solo home run back in the 4th inning. That has been the only run of this game for the Bulldogs as they trail 5-1 here in the 7th. That's ball 3 on Russell. Russell is a junior. Here's the 3-1. Back up the middle into center field, a base hit. Peyton Russell has her 2nd hit of this game, as she has a leadoff single. So coming up to bat will be Elena Walker, as we're going to get a pinch runner for Peyton Russell. It'll be Mackenzie Johnson. As Russell makes her way toward the dugout. So Johnson will be at first. So Elena Craig will bat with a runner at first for the Bulldogs with nobody out. First pitch to Craig. Craig hits it in the air to shallow center field. It'll be caught by Wagner. That'll be the first out of the inning. So here is Hannah Walker. So the Bulldogs are down to their last 2 outs here in this first game of this doubleheader series. First pitch to Walker, fouled away. Count is 0-1 on Hannah Walker. She grounded out in her last at-bat. Here's the 0-1. As Johnson was, you could see she was ready to steal second, but has to get back to first. Count is 0-2 on Walker. Johnson taking her lead. Here's the 0-2. On the ground to short. Fuhrman will throw to second. Johnson will be out. But Walker will make it to first as she'll reach on a fielder's choice. So here is Jenna Morosco. Morosco flied out to left. Back in the 5th. She'll bat with a runner on first with 2 outs. Last chance for the Bulldogs here in Game 1. If Morosco shall reach, Megan Lupu is on deck. Count 1-0 on Morosco. Walker at first, 2 outs. Throw back to first, not in time. That was a good throw by Lowry, but Walker's showing good awareness at first. Here's the 2-0. In there for a called strike on Morosco. It's Lauren Duncan trying to get just one more out. Here's the 2-1. Morosco swings. It's a high pop fly. This should do it. That'll be caught by Fuhrman. And so that'll do it for Game 1 of this doubleheader series. It'll be a 5-1 victory for the Grizzlies. Game 2 will be coming up soon, as the Grizzlies had 5 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The Bulldogs with 1 run, 5 hits, and 2 errors. As the 5th inning was an important one for the Grizzlies as they had a 2-run home run by Ariana Wagner, which gave them a 3-1 lead, had a bases loaded walk, and then a sacrifice fly RBI. The only run for the Bulldogs was a solo home run by Peyton Russell in the 4th. And so that's all we have for the stats of this game, as Game 2 will be coming up pretty soon here at the Adrian College softball field. From Josiah Durrell and Keegan Wade, I'm Forrest Vernier. Stay tuned for more Adrian College softball coming up next on ACTV.